Hey guys, I'm Dr. Sean J. Harris at Generational Wealth Academy. Listen, let's talk about generational wealth and why it's so important. Now, oftentimes we think about just creating wealth for ourselves, but we don't really think about our unborn great grandchildren and the legacy to come way after we're long gone. So that is the true purpose of generational wealth, is to be able to continue to build indestructible wealth. Now, we do that by exposing our kids. See, the kids are a major part of generational wealth. We talk about generational wealth, but we're not really putting the kids or the grandkids on the forefront when we really expound on what it takes to build generational wealth. Let me explain further. Let me unpackage this a little bit. What we do is we expose our kids and put mental images in their heads continuously. See, we sow seeds. Whatever you sow, so shall you reap. So if we're just putting average things in our kids, we're going to get average kids. But when we show them, we stretch their imaginations. It's like a rubber band. Once you stretch a rubber band, it never goes back to its original dimension. So the same thing with our kids' minds. They're so pliable that you can sow so many good seeds in them and expect a harvest in due time. So let me explain about our three kids as an example. Kennedy, for an example, she comes with me on medical appointments as far as building our healthcare company. She is actually the marketing director. She's 12 years old, but we feel that it's super important that she get out there and have her face out there. She has business cards, as you see here. She's involved with the clients. So we want her acclimated and be able to talk to adults and professionals in the healthcare industry without any hesitation. So let's talk about Caden. There's a bank called Caden's Bank. And what I do is that when I take a picture of the bank, I cut off the back end and I superimpose his name only. Here's another example. Building I ran into this past weekend in Chicago. It was called Caden James Building. So I took out the James and inserted his name. So it gives visual images of, wow, that can be mine. It's going to be mine. And here's also a text thread that Caden and I shared, because it's so important that we instill that in them. So with DJ as an example, same thing there. DJ was much older when he started learning about financial literacy and entrepreneurship. But here's the deal. We painted a pathway for him. We didn't direct him and guide him only. We didn't just say, this is where you're going to go. We did guide him and said, hey, here's some suggestions that we recommend. Here's some options, and here's why. And we let him choose his own path. But we did sweep the driveway clear to give him a clear path in that direction. So he's in the United States Air Force now. He is currently in school, tech school, to be a aerospace medic tech. So this positions him in so many different ways. If he wanted to get out and get a job, he's in a great position. If he wants to get out and work for the family company and our healthcare company, the path is clear for him. So here's another deal. While he's in, he can take college courses in a completely different subject. Let's say he decided he wanted to be a dentist while he's in. So he goes to dental school while he's in the Air Force. That's going to be completely paid for by the United States Air Force. When he gets out, he's still going to have educational funds available to him. So with that, let's say he decided, hey, I want to study architecture. So now he can have 3 hard skill sets that can all generate 6+ figures easily, and there's no student loan debt attached to it. So he has different options. So this is the map that we mapped out to him to show him so many different options that he'll have. He'll have excellent credit. His credit's already been built up because we used authorized usership for him, as well as Kennedy and Caden as well. So they all have strong credit, which is going to be vitally important as it relates to being able to transact business deals, real estate holdings, and stuff like that. So it's super important that you map out this pathway for your kids. That's a part of creating generational wealth. Now, let me explain a little further. Tara and I believe in arranged marriages to a degree. Not more so like the Indian culture where it's you're going to marry this person and that's that. But we don't arrange marriages, but we do arrange environments for proper and conducive relationships. See, Kennedy and Caden, most of their friends are kidpreneurs just as they are. So what they do is they associate with a lot of people like them who understand what it's like being a kid entrepreneur. But what we're doing is we're putting them in a position from which they can fish from a more solid, viable pool of relationships. That makes sense? So it's not that we're arranging the marriage, but we're arranging the environment to create stronger, more viable relationships that could subsequently lead to possible marital relationships down the road. So that's my thoughts on being able to expose the kids to generational wealth and make them be a part of it. Because as I always say, when you treat kids like kids, you'll get kid-like behavior. However, when you treat kids like adults, you'll get adult-like behavior while still maintaining the kid. That's super important. So guys, I know that was a value add for those who had eyes to see and ears to hear. I'm Dr. Sean J. Harris.